Honorable Ruku, you have been nominated by His Excellency the President to be Cabinet Secretary for Public Service, Human Capital Development, and Special Programs. As a nominee before this committee, give us a concise and precise story of your life. Who is Ruku? What do you stand for? Why do you think you are suitable for this nomination? In not more than 5 minutes.
Thank you, Honorable Chairman, Honorable Speaker. My name is Geoffrey Kariuki Kiringa, as I've mentioned. I was born in a village called Gogore village in Getipuri sub-location, Getipuri location in Bere North Sub-County. I was born in the year 1978, February date 15th. I went to school in our local primary school called Getipuri Primary School, proceeding to secondary school, Chicago Boys High School, which I later joined Catholic University of Eastern Africa, where I studied Bachelor's of Commerce. And later I joined the University of Nairobi, where I did a postgraduate diploma in diplomacy and international relations. Later I joined the same institution, University of Nairobi, where I did Masters of Business Administration in Finance. And I graduated in the year 2009, then joined Embassy of Israel. But before then, I taught at Kenya Polytechnic then, students who are doing diploma in diplomacy and international relations. Later I went to work with Oxfam GB for a period of 6 months under the Pan-Africa program. And I was interviewed for a whole year by the Embassy of Israel and given a job as the coordinator for international cooperation and development, where I worked for 3 years from December 2006 all the way to 2009. And I ventured into business sector, where I started my registered company called Carbon Man Africa. Later, we formed a joint venture with a French company. We named the joint venture Climate Power Limited. All these companies were involved in implementation of climate change projects, generating carbon credits and selling them in the carbon market. In the year 2015, I was appointed by President then as the trustee of Water Service Trust Fund, which is now Water Sector Trust Fund, where I served for 3 years. And later, I also worked in South Africa for 2 years, from year 2013, for 2 years here, from the year 2013 to 2015, as a dependent contractor implementing raw carbon project, Propua raw carbon project in Madagascar, Malawi, and South Africa. Then I served also as a trustee, and later I filed for the parliamentary seat in the year 2022, where I was elected as a member of Parliament for Mbeere North constituency, the seat which I hold even now. Thank you, Honorable Chairman.
Thank you. I'll now invite members of this committee, starting with the minority leader, to ask questions. And like I said, concise, precise answers. No personal engagement in terms of arguments or whatever with the panelists. And members, even of you has a personal relationship that clouds your questioning of Honorable Ruku, you can say so when it gets to you. But we all know you are in the same house, so save us time by not telling us, oh, I'm a member of parliament with Ruku. We all know that. Junet?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I would like to ask the nominee that in 2023, you proposed an amendment to the Anti-Corruption and Economic Crimes Act seeking to decriminalize aspects of public procurement, fund management, property disposal, and contract tendering, as stated in Section 45(2)(b) and (c) of the Act. And the bill faced opposition from stakeholders, including the ODPP and the Attorney General, who argued it will undermine anti-corruption efforts. Do you still uphold the objectives of the proposed amendment? In your view, was the criticism of the proposed amendment justified? And lastly, secondly, this one is, we are, looking at your suitability to be a cabinet secretary. And having served with you the last 2 years in Parliament, in the National Assembly in particular, you came out to me as somebody who was a bit hawkish in terms of when differences occur on the floor of the House. You looked a bit protective of the side that you represented. And as a cabinet secretary, you'll be serving the whole country, irrespective of their political affiliation and all kind of things. To the extent you appear to me to be almost like a bodyguard of a leader in Parliament. So what are your views on those?
Thank you so much, Honorable Chairman. I will start with the second question. Article 10 of our Constitution talks about the national values and principles of governance. The national values and principles of governance, Honorable Chair, which I subjected myself to these values, serving as a member of Parliament for 2.5 years now. And these are the same national values which I will carry on if I am nominated as a cabinet secretary. The Constitution.
You are already nominated. If you are found suitable.
Thank you. If I am found suitable. Because before I have been serving and preserving the interests, first and foremost, the interests of the people who elected me, the people of Beira North. But in my capacity as cabinet secretary, I will serve the entire nation without favor and without fear. Because service delivery from Turkana all the way to Ramu, from Mandera all the way to Busia, must be served in a uniform, in timely manner, in cost-effective manner, in efficient manner. Therefore, the second question I'll answer that, yes, I will subject myself to Article 10 of our Constitution, as well as Article 232 of our Constitution, which talks about the values and principles of public service. Knowing that I'm not partisan to any affiliation, but only taking the interests of the people of the Republic of Kenya. The question number 2 about my proposed amendment of Anti-Corruption and Economic Crime Act. The question which I asked myself, Honorable Chairman, is that we lose money through the corrupt activities or corrupt individuals. At the same time, we end up losing even more money through the process of investigations and prosecution. Investigation and prosecution, which can take even 10 years. That process by itself take resources, take taxpayers' money, and therefore if we can have laws which ensure that the prosecution of those who are caught in corruption activities is efficient, is effective, doesn't take 10 years, then those laws are critical, are important. We are supposed to enact them as the people representatives. That's why I was seeking to amend the Anti-Corruption and Economic Crime Act, Section 45(2)(b) and C, because also we have an Aryan word in this section, and that word is prior planning, which is not defined in the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act of 2015. The laws should be able to speak to each other. The prior planning term, which is found on section 45(2)(b) and C, is not defined within this act, and also is not defined in Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act of 2015, and therefore the lawyers who go to court, they take all the time to really place this term in appropriate place. So that's why
the Office of Human Capital Development. And number two, you're on record on having appeared on Citizen TV, one of the morning shows that I've been doing with you, and you did claim that TSC is riddled with corruption, from employment to recruitment and all sorts of manner of corruption. And you did propose that radical changes are needed. Can you please tell this committee one of those radical changes that you intend to introduce now if you are approved?
Honorable Chairman, can I ask?
Call to the questions from Honorable Koech. Yes, Posing.
Honorable Chairman, our Speaker, two, I have questions. Number one is, I don't think if we are convinced with his response on the first, which was asked by Honorable our LM, is a very important question. Honorable Ruku, the picture which has been painted in the public is that you are actually fighting against transparency and accountability, and therefore you are a promoter of corruption. Because one, it's not only that anti-corruption bill that you wanted to amend, you also wanted to amend public demonstration. You also wanted to amend the data protection. All that puts you, and in fact we're also mirroring you with the position you're going, which is of public service. It puts you that you're actually promoting corruption, you are actually promoting anti-accountability and transparency. And therefore, it actually does not suit you to be in that office. That's what the picture is. You need to defend yourself before the committee. Finally, Speaker, I represent constituency of rural, right? And when I saw Honorable Chairman that Honorable Ruku is going to be in charge of special programs. Special programs, Honorable Chairman, is like an affirmative action for those communities that actually live in very difficult areas in this country, which is about 80% of this country. Honorable Ruku, how much do you know of this country? If I was to ask, do you know a town called Kacheliba, for example, or Elwak? Because if you are not somebody who knows the country, how will you then even make informed decisions in terms of special programs actually to help the people of Kenya? If you know Mbere and Nairobi, because I look at Mbere, Nairobi, Johannesburg, Ghana, and so on. So removing you from actually where these programs is, Honorable Speaker needs to convince me as a representative of the rural constituency. I thank you, Chair.
You can answer those four in quick succession. Two from Koech, two from Posing.
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Address me as Chairman or Speaker.
Okay. Sorry. Thank you, Honorable Chairman.
Chairman.
I'm not a chair.
Okay.
I'm sitting on one.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, I apologize. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I start with the question from Honorable Koech. One on TSC, Teacher Service Commission. It is true I'm on record saying Teacher Service Commission is corrupt. And it's because I have many classmates who are teachers, both at primary school and also in secondary schools. And I know these, my classmates have gone through what I've gone through the process of promotion. Some of them are not able to get promoted on merit, And in our sub-counties across the Republic, we have some corrupt individuals within Teacher Service Commission at the sub-county level who ask for bribes so that teachers can be promoted, whether in primary schools or in secondary schools. And as a representative of Beira North, I felt this is not right. This should not be the case. And that's why I called Teacher Service Commission that the practice which some of their officers at the level of sub-county, they should be stopped. For me to ensure as a Cabinet Secretary in charge of public service, there are quite a number of recommendations which I will come up with. One is to look at the act which operationalized the commission, so that we see whether Teacher Service Commission is an extremely huge institution, whether it requires a number of directorates which are chaired independently, managed independently by probably 3 executive managers instead of 1. For instance, promotion and hiring of teachers, management of insurances.
Honorable Ruku.
Yes.
Are you aware that TSC is an independent constitutional commission and does not fall under your jurisdiction if you are found suitable?
Yes, Honorable Chair, I'm aware, but also I'm aware as a Cabinet Secretary in charge of public service delivery, whether by police service, by teacher service, or by judicial service, must be efficient. I have to ensure they are efficient, effective, and even time-bound, and also cost effectiveness as the Cabinet Secretary in charge of public service delivery. So moving forward, Honorable Speaker, corruption in public service, in any sector of public service, will work with the respective colleagues, cabinet secretaries, to ensure we have a proper, timely, effective, efficient public service delivery and performance in all sectors of government. Question number 2 from Honorable Koech, whether I do understand human resource capital development. Yes, Honorable Speaker. The training aspect of those who are in public service is extremely important. At the moment, we have Kenya School of Government, which offers different training of different professionals in terms of working within public service. And training is a very key component in public service delivery, so that we can have competent, well-trained managers or officers within the public service who will be able to ensure services are delivered to Kenyans properly. And also the issue of innovations. We have very innovative public servants who are coming up with different innovation, but that has not been taken care of properly, Honorable Speaker. And I will move with speed to ensure those who are within public service, they can be able to do research, they can be able to be innovative, so that, and even we can motivate them through some legal, we can come up with a legal framework on how to ensure they are properly compensated, the innovations are properly compensated, so that instead of having foreign innovations coming to our government, we have local Kenyans, we have individuals within the public human capital development competitive and responsive to the needs of the people of the Republic of Kenya. The question on whether I know Kenya, whether I have a good picture as far as Kenya is concerned. Honorable Speaker, yes, it is true I have traveled across this republic in my different capacities. In my CV, you may see Nairobi and Joburg. But in my time working, teaching as at Kenya School, Kenya Polytechnic, working with the Embassy of State of Israel, implementing carbon credit project in Kenya. I have gone in many countries, and it's true. For instance, we were doing a different research in Kapenguria. With when you are in a private sector, you tend to also add value to different other companies which I may not have put on my CV. But it is true, I have worked in different corners of this country. True, I have not been in a county like Mandera, but I have been in quite a number of. Sorry? I have been in Kisumu County. I have been in Mombasa County. No. I'm just saying the counties which have been. And by the way, I come from a marginalized community, which is also a semi-arid. And when you look at the research, the issues affecting the people of Bere, where the constituencies which I represent, they are very, very similar to the issues affecting the people of Tana River, the issues of the people of Turkana and other corners of this country. Bere North is one of those constituencies that receive food distribution or food relief from the special program. And I know how this special program has really assisted the people of my community.